Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. A very important day. A very important day because we got Bitcoin here right at that trend line. Right at that trend line. Look at that. Look at that. Right at the trend line. Last time we came up here, what happened? Well, we tanked. And yet again. And yet again. And here we are. Very critical point in the markets. Are we going to finally break out? Or are we going to tank? MSTR already broke out of its downtrend, funny enough. So this is going to be the big one right here. Are we going to tank or are we going to get a Christmas rally? Because if we tank here, I mean, that's going to not bode well for December. If we rally, we're going to look good. So a lot of stocks looking like a buy. Oh my God, SoFi. Bulls showed up for SoFi. Whoa. Feel sorry for the suckers shorting this because anyone shorting SoFi right now looks stupid. So let's go over the many stocks that are a buy, right? This whole video is focused on buying good companies nice and cheap. So let's go down the list. I'm going to tell you right now what I'm looking at. You just still got to be, aware of that downtrend on Bitcoin. If people are not willing to hold risky assets like crypto, then people aren't going to want to hold anything for that matter. We're just going to keep tanking. But Soundhound right under the purple line, right? Right under that purple line. Nobody wants it down here. Then it goes back up huge. This is way under the purple line. This is actually like very discounted. From purple line to where it's at right now, that's a 10% discount. That's not considering the fact that from the high to where it's at right now, it's a 44. This is a buy. I bought 1,000 shares today. I was like, a 500 shares at 11.90. Then I bought another. I averaged up and bought another 500 because we've been waiting for this. This is easy. Patreon.com/shades and trades, guys. Join the Discord. I need 5 of you to join the Discord because you have no idea what you're missing out on. We got alerts all day going. This is too easy. When it gets down here nice and cheap, it's just hand over fist money. You still got, this is still a buy. Once it gets to the purple line and goes above it, then, like this is where you buy. Too many people are going to look me in the face and go, oh, I'm just going to wait for the next dip. And if it does dip, they'll just be like, well, I'm going to wait for the next one and the next one. And then they're just waiting forever and never actually buy because they're trying too hard to time the bottom. So yeah, sell target 847. Next sell target, right? This is a Soundhound video, 17. Whoa, what a huge jump, right? And then 22. I mean, guys, I wouldn't even flip it here at the purple line. I would just hold. You can if you want, of course. But yeah, these are your levels. These are your levels, and I'm measuring it out for you, telling you, like, yep, you stand to make 26%, 42%, 95%, depending. It really is about patience, right? The $22, the move back to 22, it's going to be a while, right? It didn't just go there. Last time, it didn't go from 9 to 22 in a straight line. You can see it came up to 13, then pulled back to 10, and then ran to 16, then pulled. Look at how volatile it is on the way up to 22. So, yeah, that's the thing. If you're holding for the bigger move, it's gonna take longer. Could literally take months. It's, again, look, June 16, October 16. What a shocker! 4 months. You had to wait 4 months for this to go from 9 to 22. From 9 to 22 was 143%. You're only going to capture a portion of this move because you're not going to time the bottom exactly. But, let's, boom, like you would have made like 80%, only capturing a portion of the move. If you're too greedy and overextend, you'd be holding it all the way down. So you kind of just take, you take what you're given. So you would have had to wait 4 months. Or you could have just bought in and sold, let's say you bought here at the purple line and you just sold for 27% at $13. I mean, you made 27% real quick because that was only what, a month? Yeah, you made 27% in a month. Whereas someone would have to wait 4 months to make that 100% or close enough. Here it came back to the purple line. You could have bought and then sold again for another 23%. Then again for another, like you could have just made 60% just here on the chop. So that's kind of the difference. This is why I say if you use the purple line strategy to flip it over and over and over again, you can make way more percentage-wise because you're catching the chops and the pullbacks. But if obviously if you don't want to think about it, if you don't want to think about it, if you just want to buy and don't think about it, you just buy here and hold. One, you have to be more active. The other, you can just you can just buy and sit on it. So yeah, that's why I loaded 500 shares. This is I'm 1,000 shares in this. Every dollar move is going to be a grand in the pocket. And people have the audacity to ask me, "Hey, do you offer a cheaper alternative to your Discord?" And I'm like, "No. What the hell is wrong with you? Why would I? I know what I guys, 1,000, $50 for membership. If that's too much for you, I don't know what to tell you. You probably have a small account is probably the bigger problem at that point. Because if your account is over 30K, I mean, you can literally buy 1,000 shares. You could have bought 1,000 shares of Sound on my alert. You're already up like $400 or $300, I think. So it's ridiculous when people ask me like, "Hey, do you have a cheap?" No, I don't have a cheaper alternative. Yeah, what do you think this is? Discount shades? So there you go, guys. This is an AI stock that's going to participate in Berkeley's annual Global Technology Conference. So you got that coming around the corner. The revenues continue to climb, right? Like, what is there? This is why I've been telling people, hey, if AI stocks come back down nice and cheap, buy the good ones. SoundHound, Rich Robotics is robotics. IonQ, quantum stocks, SoFi, Apld. You want to buy all of these stocks when they get discounted. Palantir, BBAI, Nvidia, all of these. Because AI, it's here. It's not going anywhere. It's not going to fall off the face of the earth. It doesn't matter how much. And I want you guys to remember this for next time. Because this is, I know some of you are newer. This is it. This is your lesson right here. A very hard lesson to learn for the beginners, right? Imagine going into the stock market and all you see is everything just tanking. Well, this is one hell of a lesson. Probably the biggest lesson, most important lesson to learn is stocks go up and then they go down a lot. That's just how it is. That's normal. That's expected. They go up a lot, they go down a lot. Remember that. So next time we get a crash, don't be scared. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Be excited, be happy, be like, yes, I get SoundHound, I get BBAI, and the many other good ones, real discounted. Woo! It's so weird to me that in the markets people don't like discounts. I don't even know what else to say. Let me just look at the weekly time frame, make sure I'm not crazy. Wow, look at that. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of red. What do you think is going to happen when we have weeks of green? Look at this. Look at that. 5 weeks of green. You people aren't going to be crying when there's 5 weeks of green, right? You're not. Nobody cries when you get all these green weeks. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. 6 green weeks. Wow. Nobody's shedding tears. Nobody's scared when things keep going up. Well, guess what, buddy? If you're buying at the purple line, patreon.com/shades and trades. If you buy something got stuck in my throat. Okay. When you buy at the purple line, you're buying already massively discounted. Number one. Number two, on the way up, you just watch as everyone else pushes it up for you. All those green weeks here, all you're doing is just sitting back and watching as everyone just pushes it up for you. You don't got to do anything. Assuming you're using the purple line strategy where you just buy and hold. If you're using the buy and flip strategy, that's a whole nother strategy. You got to be more active. You got to be more precise. But yeah, and you get the dopamine hits a lot faster, obviously. So yeah, this is I don't know what to say other than this is a buy. That's it for the video, and I can't believe I'm streaming. I'm streaming. I didn't know I was streaming. I think I may have accidentally hit stream. Oh well, I guess.